Japan today is a technological powerhouse. However, it was not always one. Prior to the opening of its borders, Japan was isolated. The traditions they had were all that mattered to the people. In the years before 1500, Japan was a land of many different tribes and groups of nomads until Oda Nobunaga, a great general, brought the land under one sword. Nobunaga fought against the larger clans and soon had most of Japan under him. In the year 1582, however, one of Nobunaga's own men killed him, and Toyotomi Hideyoshi took power. In 1588, Emperor Hideyoshi banned all weapons from the peasants of the land, making the only people who could own a weapon the samurai and the daimyos. This was known as the Great Sword Hunt. Now lacking weapons, people had to find ways to fight effectively without them. Farmers on the island Okinawa made a form of martial art. This form became known as karate, which means empty hand. Many fighting styles derived from karate, as it was improved over time to adapt to new situations. Karate became popular in Japan as weapons were banned from the lower classes. Samurai were the highest class right next to the daimyos. The samurai's code was centered around self-dignity, respect, and that the bushido was to take and select a warrior to fight one-on-one, and to give their opponent their heritage. The first ninja was a samurai that was disgraced, and did not commit seppuku, the act of killing oneself to return honor to your family. His name was Daisuke Togakure. The ninjas and the samurai have always been enemies in each other's eyes. One reason was the ways their codes worked. The ninja's code was to complete a mission at any means necessary. The ninjas did not have any disgrace. Merchants and traders in Asia were part of the lowest class. They were seen as very unproductive, as they only traded goods and did not make them. In fact, some considered them nothing more than parasites. If you were born a merchant's son, then there was nothing you could do to change the fact that you would be a merchant, just like your father. However, as their economic power grew, they became higher class and more honored members of society. Daimyos had to travel to the palace for their year of service under the current ruler. As a result, most of their time was spent on the road. Travel through the land became dangerous for the daimyos, who had to work with the shogun. The daimyos had the help of their samurai to reach the palace safely. As Europeans started finding their way to Japan, they started to change the traditions of the land. Christianity had a major impact on the people and was taken up quickly. The government thought that this would lead to revolt of the class system, and had the Christians taken care of violently. The government did not like this and started banning trade with the foreigners and outside travel. Tokugawa, the leader of the government, wouldn't let any Japanese leave Japan, and all Japanese residing abroad shall be put to death when they return home. This was the Act of Seclusion of 1636.